All right, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into one of the most chilling, meticulously crafted mysteries we've ever covered, the escalating terror of Room 404. If you've been following the bizarre phenomena surrounding Ayanale, you already know things are weird. But honestly, nothing prepares you for the psychological labyrinth we're unpacking today. We're going to walk through the exact moments where reality begins to fracture, step by terrifying step. So let's just get right into it.
Imagine just standing there, all alone in your hotel room, and you find a note with this cryptic message. You are looking at the wrong picture. Look at the person standing next to her. It instantly yanks us right into Ayanle's nightmare. He is staring at this old photograph, desperately trying to make sense of what he's seeing, and this note actively directs his eyes to a single detail that will completely shatter his understanding of reality.
Section 1. The impossible photograph. So up until this point, the tension's been pretty subtle, right? But here is where things cross straight into the impossible. The year is 1986. That's when this photograph Ayanle is holding was actually taken. But as he's staring at the person standing right next to Sarah, it hits him. It's him. And I don't mean a look-alike. I mean his exact face, his hair, his eyes, even that tiny specific mark right above his left eyebrow. Now, unless the guy parked a time machine out back, this is literally impossible. I mean, Ayanle wasn't even born in 1986. You can just imagine his hands trembling here. How on earth can he exist in a 40-year-old picture?
Section 2. The Silent Hotel.
Okay, so he's totally panicking, trying to rationalize what he just saw. He shoves the photo into his pocket, grabs his bag, and just bolts from the room to get some answers. But when he hits the hallway, it is completely dead. It's 12:17 a.m. Sure, it's late, but the whole place is utterly devoid of life. We're talking absolute suffocating silence, not just a normal people are sleeping kind of quiet. The receptionist, gone. The lobby, completely empty. He calls out, and it's just his own voice bouncing back at him. It literally feels like the entire building is holding its breath. And this stark contrast between a totally normal timestamp like 12:17 and this suffocating emptiness, it just pulls you right into his intense isolation.
Section 3. The Missing Face. Just when he starts thinking he's totally alone on this ghost ship of a hotel, the manager finally steps out of his office. Ayanle is furious. He marches up, slaps that 1986 photo down on the desk and demands an explanation. He points right at the spot next to Sarah and says, "Look, it's me." But the manager just stares at him, super confused, and goes, "There is no one there." So Ayanle looks down again, and I swear, his heart must have just stopped. The image actually changed. Just think about this comparison. On one side, you have what Ayanle saw in his room just minutes ago, himself standing right next to Sarah. On the other side is what the manager is seeing and what the photo has magically turned into, Sarah standing next to a completely empty hotel wall. His face just vanished from the paper.
Ayanle is absolutely reeling at this point. But then the manager makes a massive mistake. He tries to calm him down and says, "Ayanle." Now, why is that a huge red flag? Well, because Ayanle realizes right then and there he never actually introduced himself. He never gave this guy his name at check-in. When Ayanle demands to know how he knows his name, the manager just freezes. Then Ayanle brings up the mysterious girl in white he saw in the hallway, the one who told him to open his door, and the manager's face goes completely white.
Section 4. The Secret of Room 404. So Ayanle figures out the manager knows exactly who this girl in white is. Backed into a corner, the manager is finally forced to spill a terrifying secret he's been keeping for 4 decades. Let's just walk through the timeline of this impossible disappearance, because it's wild. 1986, Sahara, who was this beloved, cheerful hotel employee, walks into room 404. Minutes later, the door closes right behind her. Hours go by, she doesn't come out, so the police arrive and tear the room apart searching for her. And 40 years later, absolutely nothing has ever been found. No body, no signs of a struggle, the windows were locked tight from the inside, there was literally no way out. She just walked into room 404 and dropped off the face of the earth. And for 40 years, this manager has been haunted by.
Section 5. The Call from Room 404.
Right as the manager drops this massive bombshell, that heavy silence in the lobby is completely shattered. The receptionist's phone starts ringing, over and over. Ayanle glances down at the caller ID, and the number is 404. The call is coming from inside the exact room Sahara vanished in. But here's the catch that'll make your blood run cold. Ayanle has the one and only key to room 404 zipped safely in his pocket. That room upstairs is locked up tight and completely empty. The manager actually grabs Ayanle's hand to physically stop him from answering it.
Suddenly, the ringing just stops. Dead silence. They're just staring at it. But then it clicks over to a broadcasted voicemail. The speaker kicks on, and echoing through this huge, empty lobby is a soft, quiet, perfectly calm female voice. It is the exact same voice Ionley heard outside his door earlier that night, and she just whispers, Ionley.
The voice keeps going. She asks, "Why did you go downstairs?" Just stop and think about the terrifying implications of that for a second. This entity, it isn't just some pre-recorded echo from 1986. It is actively watching him right now. It knows his name, and it knows his exact movements in real time. It knows he ran out of the room and went down to the lobby.
And then comes the final paralyzing command. Come back alone. Let that really sink in. This entity, which we can pretty safely assume is Sarah, wants him back in the exact same room where she ceased to exist 40 years ago. And she's specifically demanding he return without the manager.
Ionley turns to the manager, totally terrified at this point, and asks why she wants him alone. Like, what exactly is this guy hiding? The old man slowly looks over at the stairs leading up to the 4th floor. His face is just totally drained, filled with this deep, knowing dread, and he delivers this gut-wrenching confession. Because you are not the first person she has called by name. Which leaves us staring at a massive wall of totally unresolved mysteries. I mean, look at these questions we're left with. 1. Who did Sarah call before Ionley? 2. What exactly happened to those people? Did they vanish into room 404 just like she did? And 3. What on earth has this manager been covering up to protect this hotel for the last 40 years? The answers are sitting right up there, waiting in the dark. But until we unlock that door in our next explainer, I want to leave you with this thought. If a haunted room can somehow remember your face from a photograph taken 40 years before you were even born, is it possible Ionley didn't just stumble into room 404 by accident, but was always meant to return to it? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep analyzing, keep questioning, and I'll see you all next time.